is that every year, I only miss 1 year of 18 years. He reminds me that doesn't forget that. And that's why it's really energizing. It's really inspiring to see people's work, especially the younger people. This year, and that's one of the things, the feedback I've had in the last several years, is not seeing as many senior people. So I'm really happy to see more senior scientists and scholars attend, share their wisdom and share themselves. And so really take advantage of this in the sense of talking to people on the side. Everybody's here quite generous and wants to connect. That's what we're here for, is connecting. And the connection is local, it's national, it's global. And we've had really great speakers from across the world, and again, take advantage of that. I'm just talking extemporaneously, those are kind of comments, but if anybody has any questions or any comments they want to offer, I'm happy to entertain that. Okay, Halim.
I'm just waiting for you. Sorry. Dr. Halim Naeem, all right.
So you guys heard a little earlier about history, and you've seen a lot of different topics and a lot of different things today, whether it's about family, about marriage, about spirituality, about a number of different things. This is the longest annual sustaining conference, yearly annual conference in the whole wide world, okay? And why this happens and how this happens, number one, obviously, from initial vision and everything from Dr. Abbasi. I come here, a lot of people come here to hear professionals and topics and different things like that. And it's cool, but sorry. But I come here for the people who volunteer. I come here for the future, okay? Because once upon a time, and Dr. Anissa will tell you, at 19 years old, way back in 2001, I was looking for something like this. Nice. And I said, if I get through if I get through a very white supremacist experience called getting a PhD, then the world would be a different place, and I would just have to create a number of people who would. I would have to go and create a number of people who would become the future. Nice. Okay? And making a culture of people who actually care. And so these people, some of these young people, and up and coming people, but the Wolva guy, all right? He's not going to tell you where I don't want to say found you, but when I first met you, all right? A number of years ago, all right? A number of people, it's okay.
They gotta hear you online. They gotta hear you online.
They don't hear me? So there's so many different people. Our program director, Bunmi, people who are just coming on. These two, son, I mean, since her birth, they had whole PowerPoints and different things. Like, I've never seen, stuff like this for volunteers and for people. And these are people who are doctors. These are people who are professionals. This isn't little, this is not little. These aren't just people who are just coming up, MSAs and different things like that, and trying to find their way. These are established professionals. And so what you need to know here, it's not just about new research and content and different things like that. People are now, the tipping point of people, of population are coming. Do you see people just flocking and flocking and flocking in at all times? Okay, we used to not have to do registration after an hour or two because nobody would come. Groups of people are coming at all times of day. So it's about the people, it's about the help, and it's about the future. And we're creating new history. We're creating different stories. We're creating more narratives. This is blossom. And so this is what we're excited about. This is who the next, rest his soul, Malik Badri is. Who the next, whenever Dr. Abbasi gets too tired, who's going to take this to another level? Okay? We can say what we want about, I'm about to be done, but we can say what we want about Zooms and technology, and it's connected a lot of people and things like that. But I will tell you right now, nothing replaces this. Okay? Because if it was at the top of the food chain, the prophet would have had Zoom too. All right? But there's something about being in the presence and feeling the vibration from one person's heart to another. Okay? Because a lot of people talk with their mind around here. A lot of people talk with their mind around here. All right? But the people who tend to stay around, okay, we come from a lot of different backgrounds and everything. But there's a sincerity, there's a love that we have. And I don't use the cliche term family a lot because I think people use it a lot. Family isn't a noun, it's a verb, it's an experience. Okay? And so that's why I'm here. All right? And I'm coming off of shoulders from what Dr. Hamada Hamid has done in the past with the journals and everything and all the stuff he's done. I'm coming from the first physical gathering of national mental health professionals that Dr. Nisa did way back 24 years ago in 1999. Okay? And all the different things. I remember emailing it, and I still remember to this day, paid for everything. She even paid, she sent a check a week after the thing for the gas that I paid to go to Toledo from Detroit, from Ann Arbor, and come back. Okay? I don't forget where I come from. And I hope after degrees and jobs and everything like that, that you don't forget where you come from either. Okay? Because we're just a piece of paper away from just being a first name to somebody. Okay? But when your heart speaks and and people see that you're really trying to help no matter what, then that's when you start to transform things. So that's why this has lasted 15 years. Because Dr. Abbasi has something put in her heart to believe and try to help people. And he put something in my heart too. I'm not always the hardest person to be with, right? Or the easiest or what have you. But people attract to that. And when we see that type of light in different people, Shabazz was talking about his experiences earlier. Some of the young brothers, some of these people that I've been talking to for a number of years and talking about their experiences earlier, when they're speaking from the heart, then that's what is going to drive us forward. Because we're not going to you don't out-intellectualize Shaitan. You beat Shaitan with your heart. And we can beat mental illness with our heart. Pushing forward research and tools and science and articles and methodologies and models and theories and different things. But don't forget where you actually come from. I grew up around PhDs. I've seen a lot of PhDs. You being a doctor doesn't impress me. You know what impresses me? Adab. Manners. Behavior. That's what impresses me. I've seen lots of sheikhs, a lot of different people, presidents. You see the presidents and CEOs. And I was in Malaysia. I shook the hand of the king of Malaysia at that time because they go on rotation. I've seen a lot of things. You've seen a lot of things too. But sincere love and sincere etiquette and manners, that's all that impresses me. And you don't have to impress me, you don't have to care about it, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, don't forget where you come from. And as long as I am breathing in this conference, and I am breathing in this field, we're not going to forget where we come from. All right, I'm done.